my dear friends. I'm Ashraf. Welcome to my little kitchen. First of all, I want to thank all the friends who have subscribed to this YouTube channel. And I also want to thank those who take the time to watch the videos, leave comments, and hit the like button. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Now, my friends, let's go make a delicious pan kebab together. It's a very simple dish, and it comes together quickly. I've got about 2 pounds of 85/15 ground beef, some peppers, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, a few fresh tomatoes, and 2 onions. Needless to say, if you like more onion, feel free to use 3. That's totally fine. Your kebab will be even more flavorful. But I'm holding back a little, because my kids aren't big fans of onion. As for the spices, as you can see, I have salt, a bit of 7-spice mix, and some black pepper. I don't use turmeric in dishes like pan kebab, but I've seen some people add curry powder or even white pepper. Again, food is a matter of taste. Everyone has their own version, and they're all valid. I peel the onions, cut them into large chunks, and place them into the food processor. You should still be able to feel the onion when you eat it. So don't process it so much that it turns into mush or starts looking like rice pudding. I'll show you in a second. And when it's ready, I'll mix it with the meat. Then I'll add the spices and pour everything into my mixer. I want the onion pieces to be uniform in size. I don't want some large chunks and some tiny bits. Now I'm going to transfer the onion to a bowl, so I can mix it with the meat and spices. And just so you know, if you see me crying, don't worry. It's just the onion, I promise. They really got me. Wow, that was a strong one. I wear gloves so I can handle the meat, onion, and spices quickly, and then press it all into the pan. Here I add 2 teaspoons of salt. Now I'm adding half a teaspoon of 7-spice and half a teaspoon of pepper. Next, we're going to knead the mixture. This is the easiest step in the whole process. You want to knead it really well, until the pieces of onion are no longer visible in the mix. I've seen some people add baking soda to this dish, apparently to make the kebab fluffier. Personally, I don't recommend it, and I don't use it myself. As you can see, the more you knead it, the more the fat in the meat starts to stick to your gloves. At the same time, the more you knead, the stickier and more elastic the mixture becomes. Once it's ready, you can spread it in your pan and place it on the stove. Keep kneading until you get the texture you want. Then, I'll go ahead and spread it into my pan. After that, I'll make a simple sauce using water and tomato paste, and pour it over the meat. Then I'll add the tomatoes and peppers. And that's what's going to make it extra delicious. I should mention that I'm making enough of this mixture for 2 dinners, so I'm dividing it in half. I'll cook the other half another time. Flatten the mixture in the pan. And spread it all the way to the edges. If you have a square frying pan, the slices will come out looking similar to kebab, which looks more appealing visually. But no matter how it's sliced or shaped, it's still a delicious dish. And it's still kebab. Okay, my dears, look. I've smoothed it out like this. Now using your fingers, you can divide it into however many pieces you'd like. We do this so the pieces will be easier to flip while cooking. Let's place this beautiful pan kebab on the stove. We'll start with medium heat. Once it starts to cook a bit, we'll flip the pieces over, add the other ingredients, and then reduce the heat. I'm mixing about 2 tablespoons of water with tomato paste. I want to thin it out a bit, so that when I flip, I can add this sauce along with a little saffron. It's better to use hot water, but cold water works too. There's no fixed amount of water, just enough to dilute the tomato paste. As you can see, the slices I made make it much easier to separate them. Otherwise, you'd be wrestling with the whole thing. At this point, you can add a little butter if you like. Because let's be honest, butter makes everything better. You can also add some saffron. As you know, Persian food without saffron is missing something essential. I pour in the tomato paste mixture and the vegetables, and reduce the heat so all the ingredients can have a party in the pan. By the way, my saffron mixture is always ready. I pour a bit of saffron before adding anything else, so the flavor really comes through. Then I add the tomato paste mixture. No need for more water than this. Then I lower the heat. You can leave the peppers whole, or cut them in half or in pieces. I cut this red pepper into 4 parts because it was a large one. Now I reduce the heat and let it cook until it's done. I wish you could smell it right now. Wow, the amazing aroma! So my dear friends, I cover the pan with aluminum foil because it gets really hot and helps cook everything faster and more evenly, like a little makeshift oven. This dish is quick to make, and this method speeds it up even more. Once it reduces to this point, your kebab is ready. Of course, if you prefer it with less sauce, let it reduce a bit more. Or if you'd like it saucy, something closer to a stew, just add more hot water. Either way, it's ready now. It couldn't be any better. As you can see, the pieces don't fall apart when transferred to the plate. I've added a piece of pepper to the dish and served it with rice. The moment of tasting. Let me give it a try and tell you what it tastes like. Of course, if you like, go ahead and make it for yourself and see how delicious it is. Don't just take my word for it. I'm adding a pinch of sumac, which is a staple topping for any Persian kebab. I honestly can't describe on words how delicious this is. But I hope you too make it and enjoy it. Thank you so much to everyone who's already subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that button. Your likes and comments mean so much. Until the next delicious dish, goodbye.